You're watching TAG TV.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Kurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 26th of November. India lays foundation stone for cross-border pilgrim corridor. Maldivian foreign minister meets Indian counterpart in New Delhi to boost ties. And need proper war leadership for peace, says Afghan President Ghani. And now for all the details. India's Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu on Monday laid the foundation stone for the construction of a cross-border pilgrim corridor in India's Gurdaspur district. The road corridor will facilitate easy passage to Sikh pilgrims to the historic Gurdwara Kartarpur Sahib in Pakistan, where Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, spent the last 18 years of his life.
India's Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu on Monday laid the foundation stone for the construction of a corridor connecting Dera Baba Nanak in India's Gurdaspur district with Gurdwara Kartarpur Sahib in Pakistan. The groundbreaking ceremony was held at village Man of district Gurdaspur near Indo-Pakistan border. To mark the 558th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, next year, India had last week decided to build the Kartarpur Road corridor up to the international border between India and Pakistan to let Sikh pilgrims visit the Sikh temple on the banks of the river Ravi in Pakistan.
I am hopeful that the small but significant steps we are taking today will lead us all towards the goal of harmonious, peaceful, fulfilling life for both of us.
Gurdwara Kartarpur Sahib is situated in district Narowal in Pakistan, nearly 3 miles away from the Indo-Pakistan border. It has a great significance for the Sikh community because Guru Nanak spent the last 18 years of his life there. Presently, the Sikh pilgrims have to go through the long visa process and have to wait for the particular dates of buses to reach the Gurdwara via Wagah border only. The 4-lane highway corridor will have all modern facilities and amenities for the pilgrims.
India on Monday marked the 10th anniversary of 2008 Mumbai terror attacks that left more than 166 people dead and over 300 people injured. 10 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists sailed into Mumbai from Pakistan and carried out the coordinated attacks that lasted for 3 days.
India on Monday paid tributes to more than 160 people killed in militant attacks on its western Mumbai city back in 2008. On the 10th anniversary of the 2008 Mumbai attacks, senior politicians laid wreaths and paid their tributes to the victims at a martyrs' memorial in downtown Mumbai. 10 Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists sailed into Mumbai from Karachi and carried out the coordinated attacks that started on 26 November and lasted for 3 days. Taj Palace and Tower, Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus Railway Station, Leopold Cafe and Nariman House, a Jewish community centre, were among the major targets in the deadly attacks.
आज वो हादसे को 10 साल हो गया है, पर ऐसा लगता है नहीं कि 10 साल हो गया, ऐसा लगता अब भी मुझे गोली लगी है, वो तकलीफ आज भी मेरे ज़हन में उतनी की उतनी है, वो यादें वैसी की वैसी ही ताज़ी है, वो कभी बुझ नहीं सकती है, ना ही कभी भर सकता है। तब वो भरेगा जब कसब से बड़े-बड़े मास्टरमाइंड बैठे हैं, जो पूरा टेररिज्म खत्म होगा, जब मुझे एक ऐसा लगेगा कि पूरा इंसाफ मिला गया है।
India and the United States accused Hafiz Saeed, founder of Lashkar-e-Taiba terror group, of being the mastermind of the attacks. Saeed denied involvement, but Pakistani authorities placed him under house arrest for different periods. He was most recently released in November 2017.
Maldivian Foreign Minister Abdullah Shahid met his Indian counterpart Sushma Swaraj on Monday in New Delhi to boost bilateral ties between Maldives and India. During delegation-level talks, both the sides held discussions to work together to fulfill the developmental priorities of Maldives, deepening bilateral cooperation and to ensure peace and security in the region. This is the Shahid's first visit after assuming charge as the Foreign Minister of Maldives and assumes a significance as the ties between both the countries had severely strained under the previous government in the island nation. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi had also visited Maldives on November 17th to attend the swearing-in ceremony of new Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohammed Solih. And moving on, Sindh, Baloch and Kashmiri activists recently held a protest in London expressing their concerns over construction of mega dams by Pakistan on the Indus River. The activists blamed Pakistan for aggressively pursuing construction of the projects on River Indus without any consideration of rights of indigenous Sindhi people and their environment.
Well, Sindhi Congress recently held a protest in London against the construction of large dams on River Indus in Pakistan. Demonstrators, including Sindhi, Baloch and Kashmiri activists, raised slogans against illegal, immoral involvement of the Chief Justice of Pakistan in the construction of the controversial dam. The protest came at a time when the Chief Justice of Pakistan, Saqib Nisar, was in the United Kingdom to attend a fundraising event for the construction of controversial Daimar Bhasha Dam in Pakistan.
There is other ways to manage the water crisis in Pakistan, not only dams. Whole world is against dams. This is environmental disaster and our delta is already destroyed. Our culture, our heritage, our agriculture is destroyed. There is no water in upstream. So the remaining water they want to stop, and we think that this is not fair.
लोगों के पास पानी पीने के लिए भी नहीं होते हैं, और एग्रीकल्चर के लिए, कश्त व कशार के लिए भी कुछ नहीं होते हैं. सारे लोग वो सफ़र करते हैं. इसलिए हम चाहते हैं कि जो ये लोग अपना चीफ जस्टिस कहते हैं, ये जस्टिस को तबाह ना करें, ये लोगों को जस्टिस दे दें.
Sindhi activists have been protesting and raising concerns over construction of mega dams by Pakistan on the Indus River and abduction of activists who were raising their voices against these projects. The activists accuse Pakistan of aggressively pursuing construction of the projects on River Indus without any consideration of rights of indigenous Sindhi people and the environment.
In news from Afghanistan, scores of demonstrators in Afghanistan's capital Kabul and Bamiyan province protested on Sunday against the arrest of a local commander. The protest turned violent after demonstrators started pelting stones on police, injuring over 20 security personnel.
Protests turned violent on Sunday in Dasht-e-Barchi area of Afghan capital Kabul after demonstrators protesting against the arrest of local Commander Alipur, also known as Commander Shamsher, took to the streets of the city. Alipur is a local commander in the central provinces of Afghanistan, who, according to protesters, has been fighting the Taliban in at least 3 provinces. The protest on Sunday afternoon turned violent when demonstrators started pelting stones on police, injuring over 20 security force members. The police in turn fired into the air to disperse the crowd.
میره و جزای خودم مطابق قانون میبینه. ما هم اگه با قانون اساسی و با قانون افغانستان وفادار هستیم و سر تمام اتباع افغانستان یکسان باید تطبیق شود.
A number of security forces were also positioned in De Mazang area to prevent protesters from breaking through the security belt in western Kabul and getting through to the presidential palace. After the Kabul demonstration, protesters also took to the streets in Balkh province, protesting against Alipur's arrest.
More news from Afghanistan. Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani has said that in order to achieve peace, better war leadership is needed. In a meeting with security officials on Sunday, Ghani spoke about the government's readiness to lead the war properly and assured delegates that the government is completely ready to confront the worst
Afghan President Ghani has said that in order to achieve peace, better war leadership is needed. In a meeting with security officials on Sunday, Ghani spoke about government's readiness to lead the war properly and assured delegates that the government is completely ready to confront the worst scenarios. Meanwhile, General Mohammad Shoaib, the commander of the Afghan Air Force, said there is a need for more efforts to be made in order to enhance the war capabilities and the strength of the Afghan Air Force. This year has seen a marked increase in helicopter crashes in Afghanistan, which has left dozens of security forces and civilians dead. Earlier this month, a military helicopter crashed in Farah province, which claimed the lives of 27 people, bringing the total number of crashes since March to at least 8, excluding Saturday's incident.
Moving on to news from Sri Lanka, a political impasse in Sri Lanka could be set to drag on longer after President Maithripala Sirisena said on Sunday he would not reinstate Ranil Wickremesinghe as Prime Minister even if he was able to prove his majority in the Parliament.
Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena said on Sunday that he would not reinstate Ranil Wickremesinghe as Prime Minister even if he was able to prove his majority in Parliament. Sirisena said he replaced Wickremesinghe with pro-China former leader Mahinda Rajapaksa because of policy differences and a sharp rise in corruption. The president said he planned to appoint a commission to investigate the corruption and malpractices under Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe's government. Sri Lanka faces a deepening political crisis with the newly appointed Rajapaksa government refusing to resign despite losing 2 confidence votes. Sirisena has refused to accept the outcome of the votes, saying proper parliamentary procedure has not been followed. Sirisena dissolved parliament and ordered election to break the deadlock, but the Supreme Court ordered a suspension of the decree earlier this month, as it hears petition challenging the move as unconstitutional. A verdict is expected on December 7th. According to the island nation's constitution, the president has the power to appoint a prime minister who he thinks can command the parliament majority.
A miniature artist in Bhubaneswar city of India's eastern Odisha province has created miniatures of the World Cup trophy inside a glass bottle and on a pencil tip. The sporting extravaganza will begin in the province from November 28th.
A miniature artist in Bhubaneswar city of India's eastern Odisha province has created miniatures of the Men's Hockey World Cup trophy inside a glass bottle and on a pencil tip ahead of the commencement of the sporting event from November 28th. L. Ishwar Rao has been participating in the art form for the last 25 years and has a distinction of creating a series of unique miniatures and sculptures. It took him a week's time to carve the 3.5-inch miniature trophy inside a glass bottle using stones, while the fine art on the pencil tip was created in just 2 days.
ये जो बोतल के अंदर में जो काम किया हूँ, वो तो आप लोग सब लोग जानते हो वो जो कितना कठिन काम है। उसमें मैं लगभग वो जो स्टोन्स वो जो वर्ल्ड कप का ट्रॉफी वो स्टोन से बनाया हुआ है और उसमें लगभग मेरा 16-17 पीस जॉइंट करके और जो उसका जो हॉकी स्टिक उसको लगाने के लिए मेरे केवल 1 दिन लगा और टोटल काम हुआ 7 दिन हुआ वो काम.
Bhubaneswar is buzzing with hockey fever, with hockey teams from across the world arriving in the city to take part in the sporting extravaganza. Around 16 teams will be competing each other in the 14th edition of the Men's Hockey World Cup to be played at Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar from November 28th to December 16th.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.